Okay. So I'm an idiot. I fucked up. I deleted the draft I've been kind of working on over the last year. The year, I was writing it down. The year is early. We shall rebuild and rewrite. Only God and further stupidity can stop us. I was deleting files on my laptop, and I had my external hard drive connected, and I ended up deleting like the draft of the book that I've been working on the last year. So any work that I've done in the last year is gone now. I'm super disappointed in myself, but today we're gonna start all over again. And luckily, I was able to find a version of the book that I emailed myself about in 2021 in November. Um, I fucked up. Fuck it though. I really am a dumb grunt sometimes. It doesn't stop. Again, so a little bit about the book. We're gonna do this all over again. We're gonna start with chapter one. What's this book about? It's about a veteran that has to describe a bad experience that he had in Afghanistan for veteran benefits. That's all it's about for now. That's all it's about forever because that is the book. So we're going to get started with chapter one. Again, this is a fiction story. The name of the main character is Frank Torero. Where am I at? All right. See, this is a whole entire book. We got about 373 pages to go through. So let's start again with chapter one. The name of the chapter is The Little Man in the Canoe. Frank Torero's eyes burst open to the sound of the third of four alarms blasting from his phone from under the pile of dirty blankets and mismatching pillows he passed out on the night before. He grimaces at the taste of cigarettes, chewing tobacco, bong water, burrito, and cheap beer, and stares at the ceiling fan spinning above and thinks of helicopters while the sound of the garbage truck outside reminds him that he didn't take out the trash out to the curb on time. Lola, his chubby American bulldog, farts, stretches, and walks up to Frank and licks his bearded face as she did every morning, and he finally tracks down his vibrating phone. PTSD compensation and pension exam shines through a cracked screen. He presses OK and sees a notification for 7 missed calls and 20 text messages from the same unsaved phone number, and notices he's naked for an unknown reason. Okay. All right. Part of the exercise is, of course, you got to read it out loud. A lot. I've read this book a million times in my head, but you got to say it out loud to see what it really sounds like. This is what it is. Some things I'm okay with these first couple of lines. I know the first page is probably the most important to really lock people in. So, we'll see. Nope, he says to himself and locks the screen. A cigarette, 5 bowls of a strong indica, coffee, cereal, cigarette, shit, cigarette, coffee, and 4 bowls of a strong sativa later, he walks out of his cloudy garage into his living room and catches a gaze of himself in the streaky mirror. Okay. Cargo shorts, sandals with a heel strap, Filipino beer t-shirt, camouflage hat, a broken watch, scraggly beard, and dark sunglasses. Well, again, for these descriptions in the book, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to stick with nondescript descriptions of everybody. I think everybody knows a veteran or two that you can relate to this character. Latino, white, black, Asian, whatever your race, and I think a lot of people know veterans that came back a little weird, came back a little messed up. So that's why we're not really shooting for anything cultural with the characters here. Obviously, there are some cultural references because there's a lot of racism in the military, fun racism, which we will dive into later in the book. But yeah, we're just trying to keep it vague for now. Forgot to take out the trash again. Peter Ritchie, Frank's best friend and roommate, says while he says Peter Ritchie, Frank's best friend and roommate, says while shirtless on the couch through a cloud of bong smoke. Best friend and roommate. I feel like we should describe them more. Best friend and roommate, since they were in the Navy together. Forgot to take out the trash again. Peter Ritchie, Frank's best friend and roommate since they were in the Navy together. Since they were in the Navy. We'll just say in the Navy. In the Navy, but they ain't gay. Maybe. Says while shirtless on the couch through a cloud of bong smoke. Yep. Anyway, I'm going to the PTSD evaluation thing at the VA today. Frank continues to stare at himself in the mirror, pretending to adjust his hat, but really pushing down the constant emotional outbursts he feels back into its pit in his stomach and saving it for the examination. Oh, nice. So, last night got pretty crazy. I think we're going to do an M dash. I'm falling in love with those. I hope I don't overdo it with the M dashes, but I recently discovered M dashes and just like the way they look. Oh, nice. So, last night got pretty crazy. You okay? Who was that chick? Is she pregnant? Dude, she was crazy. Pete sits up on the beat up old couch and grinds some more marijuana to smoke. Lola walks up to him and he feeds her a stale pizza crust and pets her gently on the head. I don't even fucking know, dude. Frank scratches his itchy beard while thinking about the piss-covered positive pregnancy test sitting on the floor of his room. But yeah, I think she's pregnant. I mean, I know she's pregnant. I mean, M-dash? No. No, I know she's pregnant. She did the pee stick thing and it was positive, and I still tried to bone her after I told her to get an abortion. I woke up naked. Wow, dude. So what now? What now? What now? Question mark. Check something on his phone. Okay. Oh, okay. Catches his attention. Okay, I wanted to add... Okay, I think I deleted this. But now, in second thought, I want to add it again. This is about something bad. I wanted to add, kind of something negative in the first chapter to go with the vibe. Wow, dude, so what now? Pete checks something on his phone and scrolls through something that catches his attention. All right, we're going to subtly burst into this thing. The burst of emotion is becoming harder to repress, so Fang nods at the bong. Fill her up, please. Nods at the bong. Oh, comma. Let me see. This is one motion. Let's see. Nods at the bong, comma. Fill her up, please. Pete packs the bowl with some freshly ground sour diesel and hands the bong and lighter to Frank, then continues to check his phone. Frank lights the bowl and inhales slowly to fill the chamber, exhales and inhales the whole thick cloud. Slowly fill the chamber and inhales the whole thick cloud of smoke and immediately out towards Lola's snout. Pete rubs Lola's chubby cheeks. Good girl. He clicks on a link and zooms in on something on his phone. Frank checks his pocket for his cigarettes. Anyway, I don't know. Abortion is plan A. Plan B, I don't know, maybe take a dose of 9mm to the cranium. Frank coughs a little and swallows back some bile coming up from his stomach. Don't mess around like that, Pete says, and puts down his phone and takes a deep breath. I was just goofing, Frank says, not really believing. Comma. We're going to do comma. I was just goofing, comma. Frank says, not really believing himself. Mulder's dead, man. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. I remember this now. Mulder's dead, man. Pete says from the couch and scratches his belly to coax a morning burp out. They posted about it on the battalion's social media page. His dad found him this morning and posted about it. Frank massages his temples and thinks about a nice memory with Mulder. Fuck, man. Fuck, that sucks. He grabs his truck keys and his to-go cup of coffee. I gotta get the fuck out of here. He looks back at Pete scrolling through his phone rapidly. What did you say in your PTSD eval thing? Frank asks, almost embarrassed. Pete sighs at something on his phone. I guess the weird part is that we don't have to lie. Enough guys say outrageous bullshit, they're gonna assume you're lying anyway. It helps that you look, and it helps that you look like shit. But I'm gonna say, but it helps that, but it helps that you look like shit. Okay. Frank looks back at the mirror surprised. I look like shit? Whatever. I'm out. Frank kisses Lola goodbye and she nudges Pete to feed her another stale pale crust. Another stale pizza crust. Oh man. I should have slept more. Frank checks himself out in the mirror again and is the reflection. Frank checks himself out in the mirror again and is the reflection. Oh my god. This is why we edit. And the reflection staring back saddens him a little more. Thank you for your service, douchebag, he whispers to the mirror. Comma. Thank you for your service, douchebag, he whispers to the mirror. You say something, Frank? Pete says to the slamming door slams. Oh my god, I am not smart, bro. Jesus. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know before, I am not a professional writer by any means. I am nothing. If this is self-taught, this is not even good self-taught. I wrote this over a lot of years, editing when I can, getting out of my mind messed up, and then, working on some more, editing here, editing there. But this is fiction, untrained fiction, raw dog. You say something, Frank? Pete says to the slamming door. There we go. Frank jumps into his dirty truck, presses into his dirty truck, presses in the cigarette lighter, and sips his coffee as the band plays Atlantic City. I don't know how it works with books and naming specific things, like specific like names of copyrighted stuff, so we're not going to risk it. Sips his coffee as, we'll say, as classical music plays, that he played from time to time when he wanted to feel smart. Frank jumps into his dirty truck, presses in the cigarette lighter, and sips his coffee as classical music that he played from time to time when he wanted to feel smart. I don't like that. Let's see. He presses in the cigarette lighter and sips his coffee. Classical music plays in the background during the slow 40-minute drive. He arrives. Oh my god, I do not know how to write. His drive. He arrives at his destination. But the Veterans Clinic parking lot is full. Fuck. He parks across the street at a burger place and runs inside and waits behind two people ordering slowly. The cashier finally motions him next. Manager, please, he says quietly to the cashier. Lowercase, comma. Manager, please, he says quietly to the cashier. She can smell the coffee and cigarettes from his beard and backs away. A portly, older woman walks up to the register suspiciously. Yes, sir, how can I help you? The manager says, smiling. I have an appointment for my veterans' benefits across the street, but their lot is full. Why is that wrong? But the lot is full. But the lot is full. It's going to be like an hour. Frank forces a fake smile. Can I park here, pretty please? You have to at least buy something, the manager says, annoyed. The manager is already... Let me see. The manager is already annoyed at yet another Another what? Another something better. Another waste of life. Another shitbag. Another hormonal. Another spaz. Another what's a good word? Like a spaz, like a weirdo, like another jumpy veteran asked to park in the lot. The manager is already annoyed at yet another jumpy veteran asking to park in the lot. Ask ing. Asking to park in the lot. Lady, please, I'll buy whatever you want after my appointment. Frank gives a pathetic smile. Shit, I'll buy you lunch if that's cool. Come on. Shit, I'll buy you lunch if that's cool. The manager puts her hand up at him when she smells his breath. God, no. Thank you. Please, lady, I can't miss this appointment and I'm already late. Frank says, well, I think let's change that up. Frank points across the street, wanting and thinks about running. Please, lady. Oh, come on. Please, lady. I can't miss this appointment and I'm already late. You have to buy something now. We ask all the vets that want to park here to buy something or get towed. She says seriously and continues to, I don't think we need to put seriously. She continues to chew her gum loudly with her mouth open. And rudely checks her phone. Fuck. Okay, can I get a large root beer, please? He asks in a final act of desperation. Frank runs across the street to the Veterans Affairs Clinic, dodging two speeding cars. The front door is within grasp, and he trips and splashes his entire drink across the door and handle. Everyone in the clinic is now staring at him through the tinted windows as he gathers his crushed cup and lid and walks in. Do you have an appointment? A pretty medical assistant asks from her chair. Lowercase a. Or not. Okay. The pretty. How about duh? Wait. Whatever. Do you have an appointment? The pretty medical assistant asked from her chair. Yeah, 12:30 with Dr. Wu, Frank says while wiping his hands on his shirt. You mean Dr. Wu? I guess. Okay, last name? The medical assistant types away at her computer. Torero. First, Francisco. Branch? Navy? He shrugs. How about the action first? How about... He shrugs. Navy. How old are you? Frank winces at his aching back and massages his sacrum. 26. Can I see your ID? She asks with a bored face. He hands her his VA ID and driver's license from his wet hands. She does some typing and hands back his IDs. Okay, thank you for your service, Mr. Torero. It'll be a few minutes if you'd like to have a seat. She points him to the waiting... She directs him. We'll say directs him. She directs him to the waiting area behind him and continues a long text message on her phone. Thank you for the thank you. Frank sits down next to a bearded man wearing a vest covered in different pro-veteran patches. Good luck in there, the older veteran says through his own coffee and cigarette smelling beard. Break. So I hope that was a good little introduction to the character. I'm really going for like that depressed veteran, like just like the sad bastard that you see like on Veterans Day getting their free bloomin' onion for free. And, the type of guys that don't even have IDs, that are just, like, scumbags. You don't know if they're veterans. They're just, like, pieces of shit. And those are, like, the most veteran-y veterans that there are. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. It's definitely not a hero story, that's for sure. Um, Thank you for the thank you. Frank sits down next to the bearded man wearing a vest covered in different pro veteran patches. Good luck in there, the older veteran says through his own cough. Uh, 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 the older veteran says through his own coffee and cigarette smelling beard. Yeah, I like that. Good luck, Toro asks back. I mean, I hope they give you a good disability rating. What branch were you in, if you don't mind me asking? The old man cracks a smile through his thick beard. Navy, Frank says, looking at his own dirty toes and grease-covered sandals with a heel trap. No, he was wearing socks. Let's looking at his... Frank says, Navy. Frank looks down to his stained socks in his sandals with heel strap. I don't know what the actual technical name of those mandals are. I want to call them mandals, but I feel like that wouldn't be like a good reference because nobody. But I don't know who else calls them mandals. But yeah, it's like those sandals with the heel strap. Navy. Frank looks down at his stained socks in his sandals with a heel strap. Oh, the older veteran smirks, unimpressed. I was a Marine myself. What war? Toro asked back quickly. Excuse me? What war are you a veteran of? Frank smiles at his own reflection at the old man's aviator sunglasses. If you don't mind me asking. Cold War. Oh, wait up. You know what? Here I was. You know, that's one part that didn't get added. I was going to add that this old man was also an old corpsman veteran, and that his son died in Iraq and was the same age as Frank Torero, the main character. That was around here. I was gonna start with him just being some basic bitch veteran that never went anywhere, but I didn't really like that. Let's add the sadness, you know. So what were you a veteran of? Frank smiles at his own reflection at the old man's aviator sunglasses. If you don't mind me asking. Vietnam. Vietnam. He points at his hat. Okay, so we got to start all the way over. Navy. The Frank looks at his tan socks. Oh, the older veteran smirks and I was a corpsman myself. We're going to delete all this. What war, what war are you a veteran of? We're going to delete that part. So, the older veteran smirks and impressed. I was a corpsman myself. Okay, and then Frank is going to be like, oh, or no shit. Awesome. So was I. Frank always loved to meet other corpsmen. No shit, so was I, Frank. No shit, awesome. So was I, Frank. Always loved me as a corpsman. I went, who were you? I was a corpsman myself. In Vietnam for a little while. We're going to say that he was in country a little while. Friends got killed. He got injured. Never got help. I like that idea because that's what happened to a lot of people. They got fucked up in Vietnam and never got help because there was no support for these poor bastards. All right. Navy. Frank looks down at his stains. The older veteran smirks and impressed. No, not unimpressed. Why would he be unimpressed? Frank was. I was a corpsman myself in Vietnam for a little while, before they got my leg. The old man lifts his right leg pant up to show a steel rod where his leg should where his lower leg should be. Where his lower leg should be. No, not a steel rod. No, not even that. Just one of those sad bastards with no fucking rods. Man, this is right leg pant up. How about this? The old man points down to his right knee, and Frank notices that he's missing a leg. No shit, awesome. Not awesome. No shit. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Well, fuck, man. Thank you for your sacrifice. Just to let you know, war didn't get easier. Vietnam had them pretty fucking bad. I don't know. I don't want to start comparing. Oh wow. Well, fuck, man. Thank you for your sacrifice. I don't know what else to say. Well, let me say Frank always loved me as a corpsman. Frank didn't know what else to say. Just like he didn't know what to say to his fellow to the Marines in his battalion that lost a limb. Oh wow. Well, fuck, man. Thank you for your sacrifice. Frank didn't know what else to say, just like he didn't know what to say to Marines in his battalion that lost a limb when he would see them. At the reunion, because that's what people do. They reunite to cry. Oh wow. Well, fuck, man. Thank you for your sacrifice. Frank didn't know what else to say, just like he didn't know what to say to the Marines in his battalion that lost a limb when he would see them at the reunion. Oh well. The old man looks down at the space where his leg should be, and almost feels an itch where his leg should be. The old man looks down at the space where his leg should be and feels an itch where his leg should be. It repeats, but I like it. Thank you, son. Thank you, son. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. My son was also a corpsman for a while. He always wanted to be one because I always spoke so highly of the Navy, of my time in the Navy, minus the part of me losing my leg to what would fuck this guy up? He got blown up, but his other leg didn't get fucked up. He got shot and got some jungle fucking ooze on that stuff. We'll say minus the part of me losing my. We'll leave it to mystery. He doesn't want to talk about me losing me leaving my leg in Vietnam. The old man looks down at the space where his leg should be and almost feels an itch where his leg should be. Thank you. My son was also a corpsman for a little while, 'cause he died. Spoiler alert. For a little while, he always wanted to be one, because I always spoke so highly of my time in the Navy, minus the part of me leaving my leg in Vietnam. Let's see, what else? What else could Frank say? Vietnam. Fuck, man. Fuck. Frank wishes he had sat somewhere else next, but every veteran in the waiting room had some version of some sad bastard story to share with the world, as I'm doing now on the internet. Vietnam, funk. Frank wishes he had sat somewhere else, but every veteran in the waiting area had some version of some sad bastard story to share with the world. How about you? Did you deploy anywhere? Oh, excuse me. I got the burps, bro. Excuse me. Vietnam, fuck. Thank you. My son was also a corpsman for a little while. He was going to be one. Vietnam, fuck. Frank wishes he had sat somewhere else, but every veteran in the waiting area had some version of some sad bastard story to share with the world. How about you? Did you deploy anywhere? Frank thinks about lying. Frank thinks about lying. Afghanistan in 2010. Afghanistan 2010. I was a squad corpsman. I was a squadron with the infantry, with the Marine infantry, with the infantry. The old man smiles. That's where I lost my leg. With the grunts. The old man smiles. That's where I lost my leg. With the grunts. Wait, why the fuck? The old man smiles. That's where I lost my leg. With the grunts. Oh, man. Yeah, some of my buddies ended up the same way. The old man stops smiling. The lucky ones made it back, even if they weren't whole. I was one of the lucky ones. I was one of the lucky ones. I was one of the lucky few of the walking. Oh no, The Walking Dead. I want to make a reference to 1-9, 1st Battalion, 9th Marines of The Walking Dead, who were in Vietnam, who had the highest casualty rate in the entire Vietnam War. I read a book on them a while ago. I forgot what it was called, but shout out to that book. It's really, really good. Um, I think it's called The Walking Dead. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, that book's about 1/9 The Walking Dead in Vietnam. They had a really bad time there. So I think I'm gonna throw in a reference in there for people, for the knowing people, because that is an inside joke. The old man stopped smiling. The lucky ones made it back, even if they weren't whole. I I guess we earned our nickname. I guess our battalion earned our nickname, colon or semicolon, the Walking Dead. And no, 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 not that stupid fucking show that was good, and then it got stupid. The old man stopped smiling. The lucky ones made it back, even if they weren't whole. I guess we earned our battalion. I guess we earned our. I guess our battalion. I guess our battalion earned our nickname, The Walking Dead. Veteran swab. Okay, so I have some other things to delete in here, but I think we're gonna wrap it up today and continue at The Walking Dead. Let me mark my space. Let me save my fucking shit because I'm stupid. So again, let's wrap it up for this episode. Save your work, back up your work from time to time, at least every week, every Friday before you take a shit. Email it to yourself, email it to another something, save it, whatever, but back up your shit. That's for sure. Thank God I had a version of this so I can just start all over. When it did happen, I was pretty fucking fucked up about it. I did it at work, so I'm gonna freak out and stuff, but I'm at work, so I can't like flip out. People already think I'm fucking weird enough there. So, yeah, so pretty much we're going to continue this next time. Hopefully I can make a video a little sooner than later. I'll be posting this shortly. Again, thank you if you watched this. We're going to keep this going, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you.